Section 1. The red flag and the silent alarm. You know the moment. It happens in a split second. You feel that familiar, innocent tickle in the back of your nose. You take a breath to brace yourself. You sneeze, and then chaos. Bam! A sharp, searing, electric lightning bolt shoots from your lower back, rips through your buttock, tears down the back of your thigh, and explodes into your calf or even your big toe. It's not an ache. It's not a throb. It is a high-voltage shock that drops you to your knees. If you think that's just a tight muscle or a cramp from sleeping funny, you are dead wrong. That sensation is a structural alarm bell ringing at maximum volume. Most people try to shake this off. They rub their hip, maybe swallow a couple of ibuprofen, mutter, "Ouch, getting old is tough," and try to limp through their day. They tell themselves they just pulled a hamstring at the gym or sat in the car too long. I need you to listen to me, and I need you to listen very closely right now. That is not a pulled muscle. That is a collision inside your spine. When you feel that specific, razor-sharp line of pain traveling down your leg immediately after a sneeze or a cough, your body is screaming at you. It is telling you that the pressure valve in your lower back, the delicate cushioning system that keeps you upright and mobile, is failing. If you ignore this electric jolt, you are making a massive, life-altering mistake. You are gambling with your future mobility. If you ignore this, it doesn't just stay painful. It evolves. It mutates into something much darker. It can lead to constant maddening numbness, permanent muscular weakness, and a terrifying condition called drop foot. Drop foot is exactly what it sounds like. The nerve that controls the muscles lifting your foot dies from prolonged compression. You literally lose the neurological ability to lift your toes off the ground. You start walking with a high stepping gait, slapping your foot down on the pavement, tripping over rug edges, tripping over your own feet. It steals your independence. It stops you from playing with your grandkids. It stops you from walking the dog. I don't want that for you. Nobody wants that. But here is the good news, and there is good news. Pain is useful. Pain is a messenger. That electric shock is your body's way of saying, "Stop, you are damaging the wiring." We need to take pressure off that nerve immediately. We are going to fix that pressure valve today. Stick with me, do not click away. We are going to build a roadmap to get you out of pain. I am going to show you a specific protocol, a series of mechanical adjustments that can turn that alarm bell off. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is one specific movement, a technique I call kitchen sink decompression, that acts like a vacuum for your spine. It is the closest thing to a reset button for back pain that exists. It's simple, it's free, and you can do it while your coffee brews. But you cannot just jump straight to it. You have to earn it by unlocking your hips first. If you leave now, you might be missing the one mechanical fix that saves you from a surgeon's table. We are going to break this down step by step, and I am going to show you how to reclaim your life. Section 2, the toothpaste tube and the hurricane inside. To fix this, you have to understand exactly what just happened inside your back. I'm not going to bore you with a dense medical textbook or Latin names that don't matter to your daily life. I want you to picture something very simple. A jelly donut. Your spine is basically a stack of bones, vertebrae, with jelly donuts sandwiched in between them. These are your discs. They act as the shock absorbers for your life. They allow you to bend, twist, and absorb the impact of walking. The outside of the disc is tough and fibrous, consisting of rings of collagen, like the dough of the donut, or layers of an onion. This is called the annulus. The inside is soft, fluid, and pressurized, like the jelly. This is the nucleus. Now imagine stepping on a tube of toothpaste with the cap left open. What happens? The pressure shoots up instantly, and the toothpaste flies out the path of least resistance. When you sneeze, it is a violent, ballistic event. The internal pressure in your abdomen rockets up. A groundbreaking study from the University of Queensland found that the intra-abdominal pressure during a sneeze is strong enough to stabilize the spine. But if the timing is off, it exerts a massive shear force on the discs. Scientists have measured the wind speed of a sneeze at nearly 100 miles per hour. That is a hurricane inside your torso. If your jelly donut is already weak, maybe from years of sitting at a desk or just natural aging, which dries out the disc, or if you have a small tear in that outer dough, that sneeze acts like a giant foot stomping on the toothpaste tube. It pressurizes the disc instantly. It pushes the jelly backward with tremendous force. The problem is the real estate inside your back is very tight. It's a crowded neighborhood. Right behind that donut is the sciatic nerve. It is the thickest nerve in your body, about the width of your thumb. It runs from your lower back all the way down to your feet. When that jelly bulges out and hits the nerve, it's like touching a live wire with a wet hand. That is the electric shock you feel in your leg. It's not a leg problem. Your leg is fine. Your muscles are fine. It's a collision in your back. The sneeze was the trigger that slammed the disc into the nerve root. This is called radiculopathy. It means the problem is at the root. Before we go any further, I have to give you a serious safety warning. This is the red flag I mentioned earlier. This is the one time you do not listen to a YouTube video and you go straight to the hospital. If you sneeze and feel that pain, and you also notice you are having trouble controlling your bladder or your bowels, meaning you can't hold it or you can't go, or if you have numbness in your saddle area, the parts of you that would touch a saddle if you were riding a horse, meaning your groin and inner thighs, stop this video. Do not do these exercises. Go to the emergency room. That is a rare but serious condition called cauda equina syndrome. It means the disc has exploded so badly it is strangling the entire bundle of nerves at the base of your spine. That needs a surgeon immediately to prevent permanent paralysis. But for the rest of us, the 99%, where it's just that nasty, annoying leg pain, the pins and needles, or the back stiffness, we can fix this mechanically. We don't need surgery. We need physics. We need to reverse the pressure. Section 3, the setup and the fatal mistake. Here is where most people make the problem 10 times worse. This is the trap that keeps people in pain for months instead of days. When that leg hurts, what is your instinct? You feel tight. You feel a pull in your hamstring. Your brain tells you, my leg is tight, I need to stretch it. So you try to stretch it. You bend forward to touch your toes. You sit on the floor and reach for your foot. You put your leg up on a bench and lean into it. You try to stretch out the pain. Do not do that. I repeat, do not do that. Stretching a hamstring when the sciatic nerve is irritated is the absolute worst thing you can do. You are pouring gasoline on the fire. Picture a rope with a knot in it. If you pull on both ends of the rope, does the knot get loose? No, the knot gets tighter. When you have this specific sneeze pain, your sciatic nerve is the knotted rope. It is inflamed, it is sensitive, it is trapped by the bulging disc. Stretching it just strangles it further. You might feel a temporary sense of relief, a good hurt, or a feeling of release, but you are actually tearing at the nerve sheath. You are increasing the tension on an already angry wire. Research has shown that nerves are extremely sensitive to tensile load when inflamed. By stretching, you are depriving the nerve of blood flow and irritating it further. An hour later, the pain will come back twice as hard. You wake up the next morning unable to walk. We need to create space, not tension. We need to take the pressure off. We need to slacken the rope, not pull it. There is one specific movement, I call it the gravity reversal, that acts like magic for this. It actually creates a vacuum in your spine. It uses gravity to suck that jelly back into the center of the disc where it belongs. It is the gold standard for this issue. It takes about 30 seconds, and you can do it in your kitchen using just your countertop. I am going to show you exactly how to do that gravity reversal in just a minute. It is the most powerful tool in this entire video. It is the silver bullet for sneeze pain. But, and this is a big critical but, we cannot do it yet. Why? Because of your hips. If your hips are locked up, or if your hip muscles are tight, the gravity reversal won't work. If your hips are tight, they will pull on your pelvis, arch your back, and block the decompression. You will do the movement, and nothing will happen. You'll just be hanging there, wasting your time. We have to unlock the hip first. We have to clear the path. Once the hip is open, the gravity reversal will work instantly. So let's check your hip and clear the roadblock before we get to the big fix. Section 4. The fake sneeze pain and the imposter. Sometimes the disc isn't the problem at all. You might be panicking about your spine, worrying about surgery, visualizing a life of disability, but the culprit is actually a muscle deep in your buttock called the piriformis. We call this muscle the imposter. It mimics disc herniations perfectly. Think about what happens physically when you sneeze. You don't just squeeze your abs, you instinctively clench your glutes. You squeeze your butt cheeks together hard to stabilize your body against the explosion. The sciatic nerve runs right underneath the piriformis muscle. In about 15 to 20% of the population, the nerve actually runs through the muscle belly. If that muscle is tight, short, or spasmy, and you sneeze, clench, it strangles the nerve like a pair of pliers. It sends that same zap down the leg. It feels exactly like a disc herniation. But your spine is actually fine. The problem is in the hip. This is famously called wallet sciatica. If you sit on a thick wallet all day, you irritate this muscle, causing it to shorten and harden. Then a sneeze sets it off. Even if you don't carry a wallet there, sitting in bucket seats or office chairs all day shortens this muscle. Let's test it right now to see if this is you. We need to know if we are treating a back problem or a butt problem. This diagnostic test is used by physical therapists worldwide. 1. The setup. Sit in a chair. A firm dining chair is best, not a soft sofa. You need a stable base. 2. The cross. Take your painful leg and cross the ankle over the opposite knee, making a figure 4 shape. If you can't get your leg up there, that's a sign right there that your hips are too tight. 3. The posture. Now sit up extremely tall. Pretend there is a string pulling the top of your head to the ceiling. Extend your spine. 4. The lean. Keep your back flat, do not round your spine like a cashew, and gently lean forward from the hips. Imagine you are trying to touch your chest to your shin, but keep the chest up. Stop when you feel something. Does that recreate the pain deep in your buttock? Does it feel like a toothache in your glute? Does it send a familiar ache down the leg? If it does, your problem might be the muscle, not the disc. That is actually good news. Muscles heal faster than discs. Muscles have a great blood supply. Discs do not. Try this right now. While you are in that figure 4 position, place your hand under raised knee. Gently, very gently, press that knee down toward the floor while you lean forward. Hold for a few seconds. Breathe. Let the muscle release. You are manually prying open the pliers that are pinching the nerve. If this relieves the pressure, you need to do this stretch every single day. You need to make the piriformis long and pliable so it stops attacking your nerve. Let me know in the comments below. Did the figure 4 test hurt? Type yes or no. I read the comments, and it helps me know if I'm helping you solve a back issue or a hip issue. It helps me tailor future videos to your needs. Section 5. The nerve glide and the flossing technique. Whether it's the disc pressing on the nerve or the muscle strangling it, the result is the same. The nerve is stuck. Healthy nerves are slippery. They are supposed to slide back and forth inside their protective tubes, called the neural foramen and the fascial sheaths, like a wet noodle. They need to move when you move. When you bend your knee, the nerve has to slide. When you kick your leg, it slides back. But when they get inflamed from a sneeze injury, they get sticky. Inflammation produces chemicals that are like glue. Adhesions form. The nerve gets trapped. It tethers to the surrounding tissue. When a nerve is tethered, every time you move your leg, you are tugging on it. That causes the pain. We need to get that nerve moving again. But remember the rule from Section 3? We do not stretch it. We floss it. Think of your nerve like a piece of dental floss running between tight teeth. If the floss gets stuck, you don't yank it hard, right? If you yank it, you'll cut your gums and bleed. You gently slide it back and forth, pull one end, then the other, until it moves freely. We call this a nerve glide, or neural flossing. This is a high-leverage movement. It looks simple, almost too simple to work, but it does wonders for restoring blood flow to the nerve. It pumps fresh oxygen to the injury and flushes out the inflammatory chemicals. It restores what we call axoplasmic flow, the movement of nutrients inside the nerve cell. Here is exactly how you do it. Precision is key here. Sloppy form will hurt you. 1. The position. Sit on a chair. Slump forward slightly. This is the one time I will let you slump. We want the spine relaxed. 2. The rhythm. We are going to move your head and your leg in a coordinated rhythm, like a seesaw. Step A. Kick the leg up. Straighten your bad leg out until the knee is straight. Simultaneously, look up at the ceiling. Step B. Bend the leg. Now drop the foot back down to the floor. Simultaneously, tuck your chin to your chest and look at your lap. Let's break down the physics of this. Visualize a continuous string tied from your forehead, running down your back, down your leg to your big toe. When you look up, extend the neck, you are feeding slack into the system from the top. This allows you to pull the string from the bottom, straightening the leg without tension. When you look down, flex the neck, you are pulling the string up from the top. To prevent tension, you have to feed slack from the bottom, lowering the leg. You are sliding the nerve through the tunnel without ever pulling it tight. You are flossing the rust off the wire. You are gently breaking those sticky adhesions without angering the nerve. Safety check. Do not pull into pain. This is not a no pain, no gain situation. If you feel a stretch or a zap, stop. You have gone too far. Make the movement smaller. Don't straighten the leg all the way. Just go 50% of the way. Don't look all the way down. Just nod slightly. The goal is pain-free motion. If it hurts, you are stretching, not flossing. If you have balance issues, do this sitting firmly or talk to your clinician. Try. Do 10 reps of this right now, very gently. Don't force it, just get the rhythm. Up and back, down and forward. Does the leg feel a little lighter afterward? Does the tingling subside? That is the sign of a happy nerve. That is the sign that fresh blood is reaching the injury. Section 6. The posture fix and the Cashew effect. We are almost at the gravity reversal, but first we have to fix the Cashew effect. We can do all the exercises in the world, but if you spend 8 hours a day destroying your back, the exercises won't win. You cannot out-train a bad diet, and you cannot out-exercise a bad posture. We have to stop the root cause. Why did the jelly bulge in the first place? Why was the gun loaded? It's usually because we sit like cashew nuts. Look at how you sit on the couch watching TV. Look at how you sit in your car. Your lower back is likely rounded out, shaped like the letter C. This reverses the natural curve of your spine, the lordosis. Your spine is designed to have a slight inward curve at the bottom. This curve distributes weight evenly across the desk. When you lose that natural curve and round forward, you pinch the front of the desks. Physics dictates that if you pinch the front of a jelly donut, the jelly gets pushed to the back. You are literally pushing the jelly against the nerve all day long. You are loading the gun, waiting for a sneeze to pull the trigger. This is called creep, the slow deformation of tissue over time. The car is the worst offender. Most car seats are bucket seats. They are designed to cave you in. They force your hips below your knees and round your back. They are comfortable for 5 minutes, but destructive for an hour. You don't need to sit rigid like a soldier. You just need a blocker. Here is the cheapest medical device in the world, a rolled-up towel. Take a bath towel, roll it up tight into a cylinder. When you drive or sit on the couch, shove that roll right behind your belt line, right in the small of your back. This does the work for you. It physically blocks your spine from rounding out. It forces the curve to stay there. It acts as a fulcrum. It keeps the pressure off the discs so they can heal. It prevents the jelly from migrating backward. If you are sitting in a deep couch, use a throw pillow. If you are in the office, use a lumbar support or just a rolled-up hoodie. Try. Put a small pillow or towel behind your back next time you drive, even just for 10 minutes. You will feel the difference immediately. When you get out of the car, you won't feel like an unfolded accordion. You won't have to stand there for 10 seconds waiting for your back to straighten out. You'll be able to stand up straight instantly. This simple habit prevents the micro-trauma that accumulates all day. It keeps the disc centered so that when you do sneeze, the structure is stable. If you are finding this helpful, hit that subscribe button. I share tips like this every week to keep you mobile and pain-free, and I don't want you to miss the next one. Section 7, the sneeze brace technique. Okay, you've fixed your posture, you're flossing the nerve, but you still have to sneeze sometimes. You can't stop a sneeze. It's a physiological reflex. What do you do when you feel that tickle coming on? Most people curl forward and look down when they sneeze. It's an instinct. We curl into a ball to protect ourselves. That is dangerous. Looking down opens up the back of the spine and exposes the nerves. It opens the gate for the jelly to fly out. It maximizes the pressure on the weakest part of the disc. I want you to learn the sneeze brace. This will save your back from re-injury. It turns a damaging event into a harmless one. Next time you feel a sneeze coming, do not curl up. 1. The look up. Look straight at the ceiling or at the sky. Why? When you extend your neck and look up, it mechanically locks the facet joints in your thoracic and lumbar spine. It engages the erector spinae muscles. It makes the spine more rigid and stable. It prevents that rounding flexion that causes the disc to bulge. It closes the exit door so the jelly can't escape. 2. The brace. Put your hands on your thighs if sitting. If you are standing, put your hands on a wall, a counter, or even your own knees. But keep your back straight. Lock your arms. Make them stiff pillars. When the sneeze happens, let your arms and shoulders absorb the shockwave. Do not let the shockwave travel down to your lower back. Transfer the energy into your arms and the table or wall. 3. The engagement. Tighten your core slightly, but don't bear down. Just brace like someone is about to poke you in the stomach. Try. Visualize this now. Rehearse it in your mind. You feel the tickle, look up, hand on thigh, sneeze safely. It feels weird at first. You might look a little funny staring at the ceiling in the grocery store, but who cares? It saves your back. It saves you weeks of agony. It is the single best preventative habit you can build. Section 8. Closing the loop and kitchen sink decompression. All right, remember earlier I told you about the gravity reversal? The move that sucks the jelly back in? The one I said was the silver bullet? We've unlocked the hips with the figure 4. We've flossed the nerve so it glides. We've corrected your posture so you aren't reloading the gun. Now we are ready for the big payload. This is called kitchen sink decompression. This is the most effective way to take the weight of gravity off your spine without buying an expensive inversion table or visiting a chiropractor. It uses your own body weight to create traction. Here is the setup. Follow me closely. Precision matters. 1. Find your station. Go to your kitchen sink or a sturdy countertop. It needs to be something that won't tip over. Do not use a pedestal table. A granite countertop is perfect. 2. Hand placement. Stand facing the counter. Place the palms of your hands on the edge of the counter. Keep your arms straight and locked. Your elbows should be stiff. You are turning your arms into pillars. 3. the walk back. Now slowly walk your feet back just a little bit. You want your feet slightly behind your hips. You are leaning forward slightly, supported by your arms. 4. The drop. This is the magic moment. Keep your arms strong. Do not let your shoulders shrug up to your ears. Keep your neck long. Now slowly let your hips sag toward the floor. Let your lower body hang heavy. Imagine your legs are a pair of wet, heavy jeans hanging on a clothesline. Imagine your pelvis is an anchor sinking into the sand. Crucial detail: keep your toes on the floor for balance. Do not lift your feet up. You want your toes touching the ground so your muscles can relax. If you lift your feet, your abs will tighten, and that ruins the decompression. You need the muscles to turn off so the spine can open up. Do you feel that? Gravity is pulling your pelvis down. Because your upper body is supported by your rigid arms, this creates traction. It pulls the vertebrae apart gently. This creates a negative pressure, a vacuum inside the disc. That vacuum helps suck the bulging jelly back toward the center, moving it away from the painful nerve. It allows nutrient-rich fluid to rush back into the disc. It hydrates the dried-out sponge. Safety first. Ensure your counter is sturdy. If you feel sharp pain in your back, stop. If your shoulders hurt, stop. It should feel like a relief, a good stretch, a sense of ah. It should feel like someone is finally taking a heavy backpack off your shoulders. Try. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. Breathe deeply into your belly. Let the tension melt out of your lower back. Visualize the space opening up between the bones. When you come out of it, do not snap up. That is crucial. If you snap up, the muscles will spasm. Walk your feet back in slowly, stand up carefully, squeeze your glutes to stand tall. Do this a few times a day. Do it after a long drive. Do it after doing the dishes. Do it whenever your back feels compressed. It is a game changer. It is the antidote to gravity. Section 9. The nighttime strategy. You can do all this work during the day, the flossing, the bracing, the decompression, but if you sleep wrong, you undo it all night long. Sleep is when your discs hydrate. This is a process called imbibition. Because there is no gravity pushing down on them while you lie down, the discs soak up water like a sponge. This makes them larger and stiffer in the morning. If you sleep in a bad position, you are letting them soak up water in a twisted shape. You are locking in the dysfunction for 8 hours. Sleeping flat on your back with your legs straight is often terrible for this condition. It pulls on the psoas muscle, the deep hip flexor, which attaches to the front of your lumbar spine. When the psoas is tight, it pulls the spine forward and compresses the discs. It tightens the nerve chain. I want you to try side sleeping, but with a specific modification to protect the nerve. 1. The position. Lie on your side. Ideally, lie on the non-painful side, but either can work. 2. The tuck. Pull your knees up slightly toward your chest, fetal position. This opens the spaces in the back of the spine. It opens the neural foramen where the nerves exit. 3. The secret weapon. Take a thick pillow and shove it between your knees. This is crucial. If you don't use a pillow, your top knee falls forward onto the mattress. This twists your pelvis. It twists your lower back. It closes the foramen on the top side. You are pinching the nerve while you sleep. The pillow keeps your hips square. It keeps your pelvis stacked vertically. It keeps those holes open, giving the nerve room to breathe while you sleep. Try. Use a firm pillow tonight, not a flimsy one. Fold it in half if you have to. You want your top knee to be at the same height as your hip. If you wake up with less stiffness and less pain tomorrow morning, you know it's working. You know you successfully protected the spine during its critical recharge phase. Section 10. The long game and the morning danger zone. Here is the reality. Nerves heal, but they heal slowly. A muscle can heal in a week. A cut on your finger heals in a few days. Nerves are different. They are the most sensitive, complex tissue in the human body. They regenerate at a rate of about 1 millimeter per day. They take weeks or even months to calm down completely once they have been insulted. If you do these exercises today and still feel pain tomorrow, do not get discouraged. You aren't broken. You just have a mechanical issue that needs a mechanical fix. It takes blood flow, it takes time, and it takes patience. You have to be consistent. You can't just floss your teeth once a year and expect no cavities. You can't just floss your nerve once and expect the pain to vanish forever. You have to commit to the protocol. Treat the sneeze as a messenger. Don't get mad at it. Don't resent your body. Thank it for the warning. It told you there was a problem so you could fix it before it became permanent. It gave you the chance to intervene before you developed drop foot. Now, there is one more critical time of day where people ruin their backs: the morning. You've slept with the pillow, you're feeling okay, your discs are fully hydrated and pressurized, but then you get out of bed the wrong way. You do a sit-up to get out of bed. That flexion, combined with the high pressure of the morning disc, triggers that same pain all over again. You need to know how to transition from horizontal to vertical without loading the spine. This is the final piece of the puzzle. Check out this video right here on the morning roll technique. I show you the exact way to get out of bed log rolling like a pro, to protect your discs when they are most vulnerable. Tap the card on the screen to keep healing your back. I'll see you there.